We got John Patterson on the left versus Ethan Angelini on the right. And we're going to get some metal versus water for round 3. Both these players are 2-0 so far. Okay. Let's head down to the table and see how things are getting started. John Patterson probably playing his seismitoad palafin water deck. That's my guess. He likes this deck a lot. He's been playing it for the last handful of weeks. And this round is underway. John's going to go first, it looks like. He's got an Ultra Ball in his hand. Frost last 2. Oh my God, is that auto in my chat? Auto, what's up? Wrong auto? Findlay, Ohio auto? Dang it. I was going to say, there's no way that's Athavan. I was like, I'm pretty sure that's not Athavan's screen name, but if you insisted, I was going to go with it. Sorry, last Porg. You could be the right auto tonight. Alex just knew I was thinking of the wrong auto. Last Porg, tonight you are the correct auto. I was mistakenly thinking of the wrong auto. So John has got Ultra Ball. Gonna grab Snow Runt, discarding the Enhanced Hammer and a Water Energy. Now Snow Runt evolves into Frostlass. Frostlass, a very cool attacker. It's got the Spiteful Sigh attack, which for 1 Water Energy allows you to put up to 7 damage counters onto Frostlass. The attack does 20 damage times the amount of damage counters you placed. Let's take a look at that Frostlass real quick. Frostlass from Unified Minds. I think it's a really cool attacker. I'm considering replacing my Frostlass with Misty's Starmie, which comes out in our Destined Rivals set. Misty Starmie is a really cool attacker. Does 140 for 1. When you the turn you evolve it into play, it does 140 for 1. And Ethan's got turn 1 TM Evolution to go get Bronzong and Revavroom into play. And really, that's the dream right there. Jirachi in the active, Bronzong, Revavroom on the bench. What more do you want? That's it. That's the dream. John's got Frostlass, Birdkeeper. Switch the Frostlass into the active spot and draw 3 John does need some backup, though. You know, the Frostlass is nice, but it's not exactly going to sweep the game. Spiteful Sigh does damage itself. John's hand is pretty bad otherwise. And the thing is that if you don't have a bench Pokemon to switch into, you can't actually use Bird Keeper. So that could be a problem. We'll see. We'll see if that ends up coming up. Looks like Ethan's going to promote Duraludon. It's got Buddy Buddy Poffin in hand. Caparaja as well. Let's take a look at that jaw. Been a while since I've seen this card on stream. Oh, yeah. This thing owns. This is the Caparaja. With muscular nose. It's got the muscular schnoz. Crazy card right here. 190 hit points, muscular nose, 220 for 3. But if Caparaja has 8 or more damage counters on it, the attack does nothing. Yeah, that's hype. He's got the jaw going, the Bronzong going. Yeah, look at this. I mean, look at the power of this muscular schnoz, though. And then here's our Galladon. I mean, things are cooking. There is a whole sword on the bench. Hold up, folks. There is a sword. I don't even know what Aegislash does. Which Aegislash are we even talking about over here? I guess we'll just have to wait and see. It's got to be the one that makes the big shield one. That makes it so your Pokemon all take 30 less damage. Now, if you chatters in the chat think that I'm mispronouncing Aegislash when I say Aegislash, I have some bad news for you. That is exactly how Aegislash's name is pronounced. I know that because I have a TV show with the Pokemon Company, and I had to learn all this crap. You cannot just say Aegislash. You have to say Aegislash. You actually have to say all the Pokemon's names correctly. It's just part of the deal. So, yes, when you work with Pokemon in an official capacity, you got to say all the names correct. That's also where I learned that Ampharos is pronounced Ampharos, not Ampharos. My whole life, I thought it was Ampharos. But it's actually Ampharos. The more you know. It's also why I have to say Zacian. It's because it's Zacian V. Zacian EX. Can't just say Zacian. Did someone shout cut and correct me? Yeah. Yes, like literally, yeah. It would be like you would get like kind of pre-coached before we would start a session. You would get like pre-coached on like on Pokemon that you were about to encounter and how to say them. So you get like kind of prepped. But there were definitely times where I messed up a Pokemon's pronunciation and had to like retake, for sure. I definitely did that. How do you say Rayquaza? It's Rayquaza. I know. I don't like it. It's Rayquaza. How do you say Arceus? It's Arceus. It's not Arceus. It's Arceus. Yeah. That is Arceus. It's Arceus. It's Rayquaza. Yep. All right, John going in for another with the Frostlass. That's kind of spicy. So John has taken a third of the game's prizes with the lowly Frostlass, but does not have a board state to show for it. What's the most frustrating Pokemon name? Thank you for asking. It's absolutely Shadow Rider Calyrex VMAX. Because it's like Calyrex. Like there's like a little roll or pause in the middle. It's like Calyrex or something, like Calyrex, something like that. But you can't say Calyrex because that's not correct. You can't say Calyrex. It's like Calyrex. Like there's a little "l" in there or something. That was definitely the hardest Pokemon name to get correct. And it was not close. Okay, so Ethan takes a prize. John finds Professor's research. And the schnoz is out here. Well, the schnoz is schnozzing. Look at this beast. So John has to decide. He's got research, so he's got to bail out. Yes, Kami Mothman in the Twitch chat. The battle was between both Calyrex. I know. It was it was very frustrating. Yes. Does John just have to research this whole hand? Yep. Professor's research. Discard it all and draw 7. He's got the Basculin, so he can at least gather the crew. And Sobble down 2. We've got a dive ball, but he's also got like rare candy dive ball. So do you really want to use the dive ball now, or do you want to save it? Could potentially retreat into Basculin. I like this play. Retreat into Basculin, gather the crew. Listen, Ethan's got a very strong board. John's got to play catch up now, so gather the crew. Going to help John to fight back and establish a board of his own. Timpole, maybe Remoraid, maybe Finizen. Timpole. I like Timpole. You got the rare candy dive ball in hand, so you might as well, right? Hey, grab the Timpole. All right, so Metal Link's going to get another energy onto the Archaludon. Archaludon seems to be kind of crazy in these metal decks. I'm not going to lie. Like, one of the biggest weaknesses of the metal Pokemon is that they're all so fat and hard to move. Archaludon kind of solves all that, huh? Yeah, Archaludon's got the Metal Bridge ability, which makes it so that all of your Pokemon with Metal Energy attached have no retreat cost. Tag call. Oh, how do you pronounce Raikou? It's Raikou. Raikou. It's Raikou. That's what it is. It's Raikou, I think. Yeah. I have always said Raikou. It's like Raikou or something. Yeah, it's either Raikou or Raikou. It's not Raikou, which is what I grew up saying. It's either Raikou or Raikou. One of those. I know. It's crazy how many Pokemon names you've been saying wrong your whole life. All of us, really. Oh no, Arcalodon, why are you so freaking big, dude? This is terrible for my overlay. Could you please control yourself? All right. I don't know why that scan is bigger than the rest, but it is. So I don't know. I'm downloading all the images from the same website, so you would think that they were all the same size, but it's just not the case. Unfortunately. That's okay. All right, so John's got Inteleon. Gonna use that Shady Dealings. I don't actually know how to say Arcalodon official. I'm just guessing that it's Arcalodon, since Archalodon seems kind of silly. I guess it's like an arch, like but it's also like an arc. So I know he's a bridge, but like Archalodon. I know, but bridges have arcs as well. And also, like, I pronounce that word arc. Like an arc. Like, yeah, that's, I would even pronounce the word arch, I think. Is it Arcaludon? It definitely can't be Arcaludon. That's probably what I was pronouncing it at first, though, huh? I guess I'm thinking like an archway. I would say an archway, I guess. Not an arcway. Arcaludon? No way is it Arcaludon. It is Duraludon, right? So I guess Duraludon, Arcaludon. I don't know. That's definitely, I haven't done any official work with Pokemon where I've had to learn the name Arcaludon, so I'm just calling it how I like it, which is Arcaludon. That's how I like to say the name. So I always default to saying Pokemon names the way I like to say them until I get corrected. But once I get corrected by the Pokemon company, then I try to just stay on track and say it correctly, because I will, it's just practice makes perfect, right? Like, it's just easy. Once I learn it, then it's like, okay, we're just going to adopt the new way of saying it, because I don't want to practice bad habits in case I have to like do something official, right? All right, here's Basculegion. 120 damage and confusion. I know, I'm not updating the overlay. This is a mess. I'm sorry, guys. Okay, we're at 4-4 prizes. And I really, it all went off base when I was trying to get the Arcaludon scan onto the overlay, but it's way too freaking big for some reason. See? Why are you so big, bro? You get the idea. All right, so Ethan's got Guzma and Hala this turn. Caparaja on the bench. I'm assuming since the Archaludon is confused, Ethan's going to retreat the Archaludon this turn, probably attack with Caparaja. And I'm not going to lie, this metal deck's kind of cooking right now. And the free retreat's crazy. Dude, the shield energy, the luxurious cape. Oh my god, the metal lab wall thing. Oh my god. The full metal lab. This thing's invincible. Yeah, this Caparaja is taking 40 less damage from attacks. And Ethan says, you know, why not? Let's start using metal inks to charge up the Rev of Room. I'm not gonna lie, I have attacked with the Rev of Room before. 90 damage, flip a coin if heads, 90 more. I mean, half the time it's 180 damage. And with the luxurious cape on the Caparaja, this thing is gigantic, folks. Absolutely massive. Absolutely massive. It's taking 40 less damage from attacks. It's got 100 more HP. So effectively, it's got 330 hit points. Yeah, and there's a Archaludon on the bench backing it up. I really like this Caparaja combined with the Archaludon, because one of the biggest issues with this Caparaja previously was that if you hit into it, then you couldn't use Muscular Nose again, so it kind of gets stuck. But with Archaludon, you can retreat it to the bench and kind of just heal it. You could heal it residually with like Crystal Cave or something. I kind of like that. And then it can come back out later once it can use Muscular Nose again. All right, we've got ourselves a Palatoad on the bench. Iono. John is still reeling from the pressure being put on by these metal Pokemon, though. Doesn't have any energy in play. Looks like he's going to start suiting up the Inteleon, but the Inteleon cannot attack right now. And none of these cards in John's hand are helping. Oh, the Inteleon can attack. Okay, I see. It's got 2 energy on it. One was hiding. All right, so Inteleon going to get in there with the Aqua Bullets. Thankfully, the Stadium got countered. So it's going to do 110 and 20 damage to a bench Pokemon, right? No? Yeah, you get to do 20. Yeah. All right, and 20 to the bench. We'll see what Ethan is able to do to move out of this position. Thank you so much, Holler, for that sub in the 43 months. Appreciate the support, Holler. Hope you're doing well. Thank you. Capturing Aroma. Yo, I like this. Capturing Aroma. I think I see a Pokemon Communication in Ethan's hand as well. I've been thinking about Pokemon Communication more as an option. You know, it gets you whatever you want. You just have to have you just gotta have another Pokemon in your hand. Yeah, I think Pokecom's kind of sick. Especially in lists that play more than more than 13 or 14 Pokemon, I would say. Like, the closer you are to 15, the better Pokecom is. But if you're closer to, like, 12, then Pokecom's kind of bad. But if you're closer to, like, 15, yeah. So that's kind of what I've been thinking. I've been considering Pokecom, and it's cool to see that card being played. Because it's kind of when you think about it, kind of like a Master Ball, you know? All right, that's going to be another attack with Archaludon. Ethan charging forth to 2 prizes remaining. And now John still has been unable to take a prize card except for those first 2 they took with the Frostlass. I wonder if this Archaludon is also too big. Let's see. Yep. Dang, all of the Archaludon scans are way too big. Why is that? I wish all the scans on this website were the same size. That would make my life so easy. I have found an Archaludon that works. Here we are. There he is, folks. Beautiful. Yeah, Ethan looks to be running away with this one. Cynthia and Caitlin. Oh, yeah, with all these Pokemon that Ethan's got in his deck, I'm thinking Pokecom is a good choice. For sure, for sure. I'm realizing I'm going to need to go in and program a lot more cards into my overlay switcher for next week. I've got Ben Morse coming into the studio next Wednesday, so if you want to see Ben Morse and I get some good games, the Gym Leader Challenge in, we're not going to be doing a conquest or anything. We're just going to be trying out new decks and strategies with the twin and double colorless ban in effect. So, maybe Ben will bring the no twin, no double colorless deck and show us his take on that. And looks like this is going to be game, so long as Ethan can do enough damage to knock out this Palatoad. But can't attack back-to-back turns with Iron Blaster. But Switch will do it. And that is GG's. Ethan taking the win in convincing fashion. No Drizzile there for John. So definitely a heartbreaker. Tough to operate. Not that Drizzile sometimes. Ethan taking the win. Going to advance to 3-0 here at the FullGripGames Gym Leader Challenge League Nights. Congrats to Ethan. First stream win For Ethan, congratulations.